Good evening, everyone. It's Nancy here from Northwoods, Wisconsin, and I just made a video about my last Phobo flip for the last year and a half of this, and I bought a regular Hobonichi in the cousin size this year. And as I was drooling over it, trying to decide what I wanted to do with it, this is last year's cover. I had bought this cover to go with my Miguel Ruiz, and it never, it just like blossomed out, so it never really worked. So I still have it, and it's kind of brand new, so I didn't buy another cover or anything this year. But I was trying to think, I was having problems because last year I used a pink Filofax domino as my planner, but I also had purchased a regular A6 Hobonichi Techo just to try it out to see if I would like to do the cousin. And so it has wonderful, the Hobonichi has the things in the front, and I was using them as trackers for my habits, and it was going real good, and then it kind of fell apart when I started partying and doing crap for the summer, and I just stopped doing it completely. I when I started it last year in 2014, the December, I thought that would be cute to do little pictures on each page. But then I started using it as, I was writing down, because I had this with me all the time, and I started writing down my appointments in here. And then sometimes I would write them down in here, sometimes I would write them down my Filofax, and sometimes when I needed one or the other, I didn't have it. And so this information was not all in my Filofax, and sometimes my Filofax had stuff that was not in here, like birth dates and things. So I missed some birth dates, and I got screwed up with appointments, and anyway, this year I wanted to try to do one book. And so I got this idea from, looking at my new cousin Hobonichi. So, I was using this as putting appointments and things in here, and that turned out really well. And everybody knows what happened in March. April was a total fog, but I was putting down good days that I was eating, following my Weight Watchers points, and different things like that. And I also used this in the beginning. I was trying to see if I liked the paper to, to possibly do a cousin for this year. And so I would put down my to-dos in here, and, just a little journaling or whatever, writing down a few things. Since I did have this at my desk, I could easily do it. And then after Bob passed away, I started, I don't know why I did it either. I just started doing it. One day, not too long after his funeral, the 7th of April, I just felt the need to talk to him. So that's what this book became to me, was, letters, love letters to my love. And then I was also putting my appointments in the monthly things. So I kind of got goofed up with the whole planner system. I ended up using this more than the Filofax because I was taking it with me all the time. And then I also was writing. So this is all filled up, with letters to Bob in it through till the end. So I probably will still do that. I don't have a small Hobonichi. I didn't, get that soon enough from Jet Pens, so they're all sold out. So I'll write my letters to Bob in something else, like my traveler's notebook or something. So I don't do any planning in my traveler's notebook. I use it for basic journal writing and keeping things that I have a commonplace book, like different quotes, and sayings and poems, and you know, and I just put that stuff down, and then I just have a craft folder in here, and then I use the thin line paper, the number 13, I believe it is. I didn't put that in here this time. Oh, phooey. I believe it's the number 13. Yes, I did. 13. It's the thin line paper, the real thin paper, so you have like double the pages. And I write whatever I feel like, you know, on here. However, whatever I found that writing really has helped me with my grief too. So I've been just using that for this, and then when I find things on Facebook, on Pinterest, you know, beautiful little quotes or whatever, a poem, somebody gave me a poem, or things about grief, and that really helped her, and you know, just uplifting things. And I've got some notes in here from classes and that I've taken. Excuse me. And I like to decorate my books, so I save stamps and little pictures and things that I can paste in here. And I've got one of those secretarial pocket things. I believe they're the Midori cells, and oh, I didn't put any on the back, so I just keep stuff in there. And then I've got my TWSBI red, white, and blue pen, and I really love this, and I write in it every day practically with it. I really love that. And I've got a Tim Holtz band. It says "Live the Life That You've Imagined." I got this little white chocolate paper clip from Jet Pens, and it came with dark chocolate and white chocolate and pink chocolate, I believe. But I like the white next to the, I think this is a dark chocolate Midori Traveler's Notebook. Anyway, that's all I use that for. And so sometimes that goes with me and sometimes it doesn't. I mostly do most of my writing at night, and I mostly stay at home. So I don't really, you know, go a whole lot of places to do writing. When I'm going someplace, it's usually for grocery shopping or shopping, and I'm ripping and running. If I go on vacation or something, I'll take the book or the thing. So, my Hobonichi. When I started looking at this, when I first got it, before, like, I got it in October, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, I could use this. I am going to try, my whole thing I'm going to try to do is do a one book 2016. And I'm going to have all my planning in here, and I'm going to have goals in here, and I'm also going to have my art journal in here. And do everything. This book, I don't know how thick these books get during the year, but this is no big deal for me to, and if it stays sturdy like this, I'm going to put a band around it so it stays shut. If it stays sturdy like this, rather than this, you know, this thing was way too out there for me to carry around. But if it stays like this, I should have no problems. So I've got stickers in here. I've got some more stamps in here to paste. I've got little post-it flags, little bears on there. Some stars when I eat good. Some washi tape. And then I have 3 pens. And the pen, if I'm going to do watercoloring, I will use a waterproof pen. And I like these Sharpies. They are very, very black. And you'll see how they write in when I open up this book. But I also use Microns or Staedtler pigment. Just make sure that they're waterproof if you're going to put watercolor over them. Also, some highlighters, they mess up with the regular pens. So you got to watch out for that, which is kind of a bummer. I may decide to go to a dry highlighter system anyway. So I want to draw something on here. First page gives you an overview of your whole year, and what I've done is highlighted birthdays or special events so that I don't double book something. And then since I make my own cards, I like to know way in advance that I need to make certain amount of cards that month so I can prepare to go to Michael's the month before to get my stuff. Michael's is 80 miles away from me, so and I would rather go and get things that I can see rather than getting them online, to see how big or small they are. And so I don't shop very often there, and I missed a lot of birthdays where I couldn't make my own cards that way. Also, I've got stuff in here like I highlighted when our anniversary weekend is and when Irish Fest is, so I know I don't make any appointments for then. So that's going to work out real well. First page. Then this is your year, and it's almost like a bullet journal type of thing for the year. And I also put all of the birth dates and all of my appointments in there that I know so far. So mostly there's appointments in here, but the rest of this is birth dates or anniversaries, things that I have to remember throughout the rest, and I put it for the whole year. So I know at a glance what I need to do, every month. And then I started using this for the month of December and for my appointments, and it worked real nice. I was able to, just use this as my one book, and I knew when my appointments were. I put down my goals that I wanted to get done for the month. Didn't matter where, well, it does matter for like Christmas presents and stuff, but it didn't, I didn't have it broken down with a week. And I got everything done except two things that have to be carried over. And so I highlighted those to know that they are being carried over. The Hobonichi has wonderful, wonderful spaces to put things other than, your to-dos, unless you wanted to have a whole long list of to-dos. But I put down like the mass schedule for Christmas on here, so I knew when I could go and what time to bring the kids and stuff. And but basically I had appointments on here, and then I also wrote down like some of the things that I did. Like I had lunch with Tammy, what my blood numbers were, when I mailed off pillows that I made for Christmas and sent over, the first blizzard of the season happened on December 28th, just little things that I would like to remember. So this is all I have for January so far. Not too busy. I'm an accountant, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I have a couple of doctor's appointments this next week, and so I already have my goals that I want to do this month, and I'll check them off. And then I already I did one of these today, so I'll check that off, and I've got to hook up my printer to print off Christmas pictures. So I have a few goals here, and then I thought, well, I really should have a yearly goal page. So I went over to, so that's what I'm going to use for this. And then I'll talk about my yearly goals after I get done with the weeks. So then this last week, was the first time that I could write something in these pages. And this is the weeks on 2 pages. So number 1, and it's a very important one, is that in the file of facts, you get big spaces for the weekdays, and the weekend is one space cut up in 2. I do a lot of crap on the weekends. I do most of my artwork. I do a lot of things, that for me, I need to get done. So I need, equal amount of space, if not more, for a Saturday and Sunday. And so that's why I like this. And I figured, okay, I could put down my to-dos for the whole week, what I need to get done in this week. And then I, on specific days that I could put them up here too and check them off. And And so this is going to work out very well for me to look at all my to-dos. What am I going to do today? You know, if I didn't write it down over here, like I put my registration and for my license plates, put them in the car. Gee, they expire what day? The 31st. So I've had them for like a month, but I keep on forgetting them to take them out and put them in the car. So I actually did that today. So I can check that off. So, and what else I've got on here is important things like I'm trying to eat better, so I'm writing down my food, and if I had good food or bad food that day. So Monday was just crappy. I still had Christmas stuff, candy, and yeah, I was eating it. And so then I thought, well, I better start writing down my food. And then I also wrote down some of the other things that I was doing, like I practiced the fiddle and on the scales and etudes, so that I know how much time I'm spending on different things that is important to me. Like, so then, you know, I really should have a day in here that I practice doing my songs for the month. And then I wrote down, I worked on my Phobo, I did Bible studies, filling bird feeders for the fat squirrels outside. And so this is basically not so much of a planning ahead thing. It's like, what did I do today? And then write down to-dos on here so that I remember to do them, more urgent to-dos. And then, so that's what I'm going to use for that area. And then for the beginning of January, I made a big yearly goal thing. And I just wanted to try out, see how the watercolor went with. Number one is my health. I've got to lose weight. I have to lose weight. I put number one as health instead of number one as spiritual, because without my health, I can't, you know, do the things that I need to, and it's more like keeping my body a temple and putting good things in my body. So in a way, it is kind of spiritual anyway. But I'm trying to keep get healthy. So I'd like to eat less sugar and fat, lose 15 pounds in each quarter, and then exercise somewhat every day. I have really bad arthritis, so it's hard for me to walk and do some exercise, but I have to try. And also, I ordered a little exercise band thing from QVC. It has a band, and that's going to come this week. So I can do that sitting down. So no matter if I can't walk or not, I can still do something, you know, for my exercise. And then my spiritual goals, you know, to continue going to church and to continuing to learn more about God and by reading and studying the Bible. I've got a bunch of art goals, portfolio work, business, productivity, writing, letting my feelings out, also writing in poetry, filling the well, making sure I make time to fill the well, going to museums, going to places that inspire me, going outside just to sit there and look at the sky, look at the clouds, you know, things that will enrich me. I've got some music goals on learning my guitar, piano and violin, and the lovely declutter. Notice that the housekeeping is the last to go. There's a reason for that. Not high on my priorities, but at least it's there, right? So this is going to be my regular doodling my life, except I might put in here, I thought it was important to put in here, did I do anything, you know, to help fulfill some of these goals? You know, okay, yes, I did exercising, I decluttered, I cleaned up my desk, it looks so pretty, it's so nice and clean. I ate healthy, somebody gave me some Harry and David's pears, and so I really loved that, and so I'm still eating those. And I finished my Hobonichi, so that's one project that's done with, and I'm setting up my new computer. And I was starting to, I'd finished my desk, so I was starting to work on my closet and ended up with an avalanche. So I've got to deal with that tomorrow. And I was setting up my purses and putting the leather ones in little bags and stuff. And then I found some that I'd forgotten that I had, so I think I have enough purses. And so that was yesterday. And I'm still going to put the weather, because I like to keep track of that. When did it snow, how warm, cold it was in a certain days. And then here's today's. I haven't done it yet, but I bought one of these flowers and it bloomed so pretty. I thought that was a nice thing to put in my Hobonichi and then write about my day there. And so that's really what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to make this a one-book organizer. I'm going to let my Filofax go for this year. I might, put some notes in there for YouTubes, or notes in there for art, or to-dos for art, like a master to-do of all my projects that I would like to get completed. But my day-to-day organizing, appointments, working on my goals, all going to be put in this book, and then my art journal, so that this is going to be the whole thing. And I really love the fact that I can just shut the book up and put it on my shelf. This is going to go on the shelf, and for somebody to read. It's not a whole bunch of pages that are cut up or whatever. It's the whole doggone year, everything I did. And that's what I want for this. So I will keep you updated on how this is working. Oh, and one last thing. I put all my stickers in back here, and I'm going to change them out with the seasons. Like the Christmas stickers I'm going to take out and put away, soon. If they're winter stickers, that's fine. But I've got a lot of schedule stickers in here. And I use these dots. I got these at the Hobonichi store, and I use the dots on people's birthdays or anniversaries and things, and so that kind of really stands out on my monthlies. And then that stands out that those things are birthdays or anniversaries or special days. Easter, when Bobby became an angel, Kiana's birthday, my granddaughter. And then I've got these things I've been hoarding. I haven't used many of them because they're so pretty. I got these from the Hobo store last year. A lot of the things that I really like I don't use because they're too pretty to use. So, but I'm going to try to make an effort to use, my stickers and things. I had gotten this set of stickers on Amazon, and this little case was so nice, so I am using that. I don't even know where I got any of these. Probably Amazon. I wish I could get, more stickers. And so that's it. That's my whole Hobonichi, and look, I even started, putting stickers on for different special days, but not too much. I just couldn't wait to get in here and start playing. So that's it for my Hobonichi, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great evening. Happy New Year to everyone. Bye-bye.